the Jewish people was by using the word Jew in every single thing they talked about. Jew. They were doing Jew, and that caused the death of 6 million people. Likewise, you out of all people, being a Jewish man, should not be siding with people like that. Okay? Yeah, this is my argument, and this is why I'm so concerned about you. That you see the point now?
Well, there's multiple issues, and I addressed them. Maybe you can say what I already answered to a few of those issues, because do you want to say what I responded to that, or should I do it again?
No, you can do it again. I've made my point, because I'm saying the reasons you're giving for your support for Tommy Robinson are absolutely redundant. They are unintelligent. They don't make sense. They're irrational, to say the least. Being a Jewish man, and having known what Jewish people have been through throughout their history. I mean, Jewish people were accused of sacrificing children, poisoning wells, and they were massacred. They were massacred throughout Europe, throughout European history. I've studied that history. I know what Jewish people, and they were taking refuge with the Muslims. Muslims were actually taking the Jewish people into their arms. We protected them in our history, and we're proud of that fact, that we protected a vulnerable race of people who were facing extinction at the hands of lying propaganda. Right, like propaganda, just like this. So why were the Jewish people massacred throughout the Middle Ages, and why were they brutalized? Because of these false accusations and the language the Catholic Church was using, or the clergy were using at the time, and today the journalists are using against Muslim people. Okay, same history being repeated.
Okay, so let me respond. Okay, so there's a few issues here. Number one, there's a very big difference between somebody accusing a group of people of doing something that they didn't do, right? And somebody accusing a group of people, or not even a group of people, but like labeling, using the label of Muslim grooming gangs.
Yes.
Even though not all of them, but the fact is that the people, the perpetrators that did it, actually did do it.
But right? I gave you an example of.
I'm just saying why you can't compare it. I'm saying it's not the same thing.
No, but I responded to that point by giving the example of Henry Ford. When he wrote his book, The International Jew, The World's Foremost Problem, he used actual examples of the Jewish people influencing policies that were, in his eyes, harming the Americans. And then Hitler picked up that book, and what was the result? So you cannot use few examples to tarnish an entire race. You can't.
Okay, that's why there's multiple issues, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
There are 3 million Muslims. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish. Yeah.
So here's the thing. So I do agree with you. Like I said to you before, and I said this before. I do agree with you using language like that, right? Using certain, if you use a label to say that these people are doing bad things, it labels the whole group, and that is a massive problem.
But that's what Tommy does.
I know, and I agree with you. It's a big problem.
So why do you support him then?
Well, what I'm saying is that he's doing the best he can in that situation, right?
No one disagrees with the problem of
the government. The government not dealing with it is the main situation.
No, you're wrong. Sorry, I've already given you the reasons why he's doing it. He's not doing it for.
No, that's your opinion.
No. I just gave you evidence. I gave you evidence that he's being funded. He's been funded to peddle hate against Muslims.
He's been doing this for a long time, long before any of the.
He's doing it for money. He's a low life. He has no life. He has no life otherwise. He can't make money otherwise.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear. It's clear. It's clear.
I don't believe there's any evidence.
And it surprises me that an intelligent man like yourself would end up supporting someone like that, while you know your history. You know how Jewish people were so.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think of Malcolm X? Do you think that he was? So I'll just tell you what.
Malcolm X in his early period when he was working for Nation of Islam, no. Malcolm X when he died in the last months of his life, a very good man, changed man, completely transformed, because he adopted Orthodox Islam and he abandoned extremism. In fact, when he came back from Mecca, he said he will work with anyone, white or black. Before he became an Orthodox Muslim, he didn't have that view. So Islam had a very positive impact on his character. Like myself, right? Islam has changed me. My education, my learning within Islam has transformed me. You know, I used to have misconceptions about people, about certain communities, about certain realities in life. and they were completely, those misconceptions were completely removed by my study of Islam. So Malcolm X in his later life was a great man.
But even in his earlier life, he was misguided, and I mean,
Yes, he was.
He was misguided, but a lot of the things that he fought for was to fight for his community, right?
Yes.
And so there were certain.
And he became an extremist in the process.
Yeah, he did become.
No, he became very extreme. He became a racist.
Yeah, he was.
He was, and then he realized, hold on, I was wrong. He went to, he realized that the man he was following, the man who was actually giving him those instructions was himself an imposter. So he came to Orthodox Islam and he abandoned his racism. There are interviews of him. Go and watch them on YouTube. He's saying that I will work with anyone, black or white or anyone, against injustice. My problem is injustice, not a race.
Yeah.
While previously it was a race. So like in Tommy Robinson's case, it is Muslims who are a problem, not the act of grooming or the act of pedophilia. If the act of pedophilia was the problem, then he would be campaigning against the elephant in the room.
He didn't say, okay, he didn't say, I've addressed that a few times. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't go back.
Have you seen his videos? These enemy combatants in this house.
Muslims are the problem.
Okay.
He calls them
Have you
Muslim
seen the
group
video?
attacks. That's
Okay.
the
Have you
difference
seen
between
the
Muslims
video? Have you seen the video when he went to the area of Muslims in Manchester after Manchester bombing? That unfortunate individual who ended up killing that terrorist who killed people in Manchester, and Tommy ended up in that neighborhood and saying all of these houses, in these houses you have potential terrorists. Okay, you still support him? You still support him? If someone did that to the Jewish people because of what the state of Israel might be doing in Gaza, bombing schools and hospitals, and someone went to Golders Green or in Stamford Hill and stood there and said all of these houses. Come on, man. Come on. Of course it's ridiculous, right?
The reason why they're bombing hospitals.
Now you're going to justify what they're doing.
It's because they're shooting rockets from there. Okay.
Kids are shooting rockets. Schools.
Yeah, kids are shooting rockets. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
Right.
I'm not claiming that kids are shooting rockets. Come on, don't be ridiculous. They're shooting rockets from places where there's hospitals, right?
Okay.
Right. Have you ever heard that before?
I've heard it, yes.
Okay. So do you think it's made up? You think it's completely not true?
I am saying.
Do you think it's possible it's true?
I'm saying it's possible.
Okay.
That some people might be using.
So if it's true, do they have a right to protect themselves, or should they say no? We're not going to protect ourselves because you're throwing rockets from a hospital or from where children live. You should be blaming Hamas for killing children. You shouldn't be blaming Israel for defending themselves and killing children.
No.
Hamas is killing children, not Israel.
No.
If you're going to be a mad person, would you defend yourself with your kids?
First of all, I am against war. I am against war. Okay, I'm against war. But to be fair,
this is not the kind
to
of
be
thing
fair,
people in war do.
the people of Gaza, the people
don't put their own
listen.
children to defend themselves in war.
If I came to your house, and blocked your house, and if your father was, you're not listening now.
Okay, go on.
If your father was dying of heart attack, if your mother had kidney problem, if you had a headache and you wanted to go to the GP, and I blocked your house, and I blocked food, I blocked oil, I blocked coriander, I blocked flour, I blocked everything, and I told you nothing. And if you were in your house, you would be frustrated, right? Right?
Sure.
Yeah? This is how the people of Gaza feel. Right? I'm not justifying. I'm against.
But the reason why they're being blocked is because of the terrorism in the first place. They gave back Gaza unilaterally.
Come on, man.
Right?
Listen.
They gave back Gaza unilaterally. Look, I mean.
No, we're going into another.
Okay, so let's not go into that. But,
okay.
I mean,
So my point is.
But let's get back to
my point is.
I think so. What I'm arguing is, he is doing the best he can in that situation. When you don't have a name of the group, let me just finish. When you don't have the name of a group that's doing something, and he has specifically said many times he's not against Muslims. Henry Ford, I don't believe he said that.
No, he did. He did. Henry Ford said it. He said he apologized in the court.
In his book? In his book, did he say it?
No, he said.
Okay, well later on, after millions of views, maybe he said sorry after millions of views.
Henry Ford never said he is against Jews.
Okay, but he specifically said he is not against Muslims. He said it many times, right? He said he's fighting this specific issue.
And his book was used
which are grooming gangs in the Muslim community. Now the fact that there's no word, right, for this group, right, is an issue, right? And they need to be defined, maybe by the Muslim community. Maybe if the Muslim community would give them a name, right, it would be easier for people on the outside to label them. But without having that name, right, it's
How many times has he used the word Muslim grooming gangs? Countless times.
Well, he calls
okay,
if
Epstein,
I agree with
wait,
what I'm saying is
Epstein happens to be a Jewish man, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and he was a notorious pedophile, supplying young girls to a number of influentials around the world. Yes? Yes? Okay. If we said a Jewish pedophile or Jewish ringleader, and the word Jewish was going around in the news, would you not have a problem with that?
Okay, so you asked that before and I addressed that before, so I'll do it again.
Yes.
Okay, there's a difference between an individual doing something. So for example...
No difference. Whether it's an established...
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had an individual Muslim doing any crime, there's no person that would say, oh, it's a Muslim person doing it. But when you have a group and multiple groups of people that are Muslim, it's a different situation.
No.
I'm not saying...
Why would you give scumbags the title of Muslims?
Let me finish. So, and I gave the example. I gave the example of you had the Irish gangs, right? You had the Italian gangs.
We've already discussed this.
I know, but you brought it up again. I didn't bring it up again.
No, but you keep repeating the same information, and you're deliberately failing to acknowledge my fair point. I'm saying we should not use racial, communal, religious titles for criminals. You know why? Because it dehumanizes the entire community.
I agree with you.
You, out of all people, should understand more.
I do understand.
Yes.
What I'm saying is, he's dealing with a very difficult situation, right?
You seem to be...
But it's a fact. You don't look. Here's the thing. You've got to look at it from his point of view, right? It's people from his community.
His point of view is false.
No, but here's the thing.
Okay, you want people to look at things from Henry Ford's point of view, Hitler's point of view? Would you want people to look at things from Hitler's point of view?
No, but you can't compare Hitler to Tommy Robinson.
We can't.
Hitler was a person
I agree.
that wanted to kill
I agree. But
Jews.
someone inspired.
Tommy Robinson
No,
is somebody who's
no.
saying,
Someone like Tommy. Someone. Brother. Sorry.
The British government.
Someone like Tommy Robinson.
Hitler was in charge of Germany.
Someone like Tommy Robinson inspired Hitler. Did you know that?
What?
Someone like Tommy Robinson inspired Hitler.
That's what I'm disagreeing
Henry Ford. Henry Ford inspired Hitler. So Hitler is not important here. It's Henry Ford. And this is why I'm saying people like you...
He specifically said that it's not against Muslims, so it's not the same.
Okay, going to a neighborhood and saying in these houses you have potential terrorists is not against Muslims. You want me to believe that? You want me to believe that? You're falling on every single point. You're falling on every single point.
Yeah, that's your claim. Look,
it's clear.
I don't know.
It's clear.
I'm not saying that I agree with everything he's done, and maybe there was a certain area that he knew that there was a lot of terrorists in that area, or people with extreme
Want
views.
man, you're an intelligent man.
I don't know. Look, I'm saying.
I'm trying to invoke that humanity inside you.
I want to ask you a question. Do you sympathize? How do you expect somebody like Tommy Robinson to react to what has happened? How would you expect?
That's a question. Okay. Firstly,
remember he's not educated.
Okay.
Right? From
firstly, I would.
He's a good person.
Okay.
A good person
Firstly,
how would you expect him to?
okay, he is not only talking about grooming gang. That's a misconception. He's talking about Muslim radicalization. Okay, he has been certainly he has become an expert on radicalization and terrorism as well. Not only no. So it's not. You're making it a grooming gang issue. He is talking about all things Muslim. Okay. So problem is Muslims, not the grooming gangs. You have to understand. Okay, just like Henry Ford, all he could see was Jews. He could not see Italians. He could not see Greeks. He could not see the Germans there. Right? Because in America, all these people were there trying to make business. But Henry Ford was only focused on Jews. Jews doing Jewy things. You know,
it's conspiracy theories. You can't compare conspiracy theories. You can't, look, you're claiming they were true. Are they conspiracies?
When did I claim they're true? I'm saying Henry Ford.
Henry.
No.
Henry. True or they not true?
No. Henry Ford was given.
Not true. You're comparing.
No. I'm responding to you. Henry Ford gave examples. He published all these examples in his Dearborn International. There was his newspaper, and then he compiled all those articles in a book. Right? He made these claims backed by his examples. Okay. Now I don't know how true those examples were. I have no idea. What I'm saying is his book was used by Hitler to kill 6 million innocent people. Right? This is what it does when you focus on a community and
to somebody, Tom Robinson, who's
I'm saying today's Jews are Muslims.
It's not comparable.
And you can't see that. No. Today's Jews are Muslims, and you can't see that.
It's completely not comparable. You can't compare.
Sorry?
You said already people from his group, like Ralph and that, they became more extreme far right, and they're calling for the death.
No, he's not extreme. He's acknowledging a lot of things, and I'm sure. By gradual community.
I'm saying people bred from this group of Tom Robinson, they split it into more extreme far right. But what they're doing, they're hosting all these extremists in it.
Sure. We're all
unfortunately,
God's children. We're all God's children. Muslim, Jews, Christian, Buddhists. We're all God's children.
And now you're saying today's Jews are Muslims.
No.
So what do you mean?
No. I said today's Muslims, today's Jews are Muslims. There's a context. I'm saying what happened to the Jewish people in the 40s, okay? How the Nazis dehumanized them. The media today and the politicians are doing the same thing today. They're doing the same thing today. And I'm saying Nathan, or out of all people, he should be standing with Muslims, not with people like Henry Ford and Hitler.
I'm not going to run religious.
So Nathan, coming back to our point.
But my point is, you can't compare somebody who's a conspiracy theorist, right, who's very powerful.
Tommy is a conspiracy theorist. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's talking about
terrorism is not a conspiracy theory.
Look, just like Henry Ford could see Jews everywhere, Tommy Robinson he can't see anyone else as Muslim. Muslim grooming gangs, throwing a culture.
He's talking about something that I agree with, you agree with, everybody in Britain agrees with. These are not things that people argue with.
I'm so glad that the decent British people don't agree with him. People in general don't agree with him, because if they did, we Muslims wouldn't exist.
They don't agree with him, but they agree
the British people have rejected him.
They reject him, but they agree that those issues
only
that he's bringing up,
for some reason, only his Zionist funders agree with him.
But you're comparing that to Henry Ford, who's a conspiracy theorist, right? That's not comparable. That's not comparable. So my point is, that he is doing the best he can in that situation. I've agreed with you 10 times, right? That when you use a word,
do you think he wrote the book himself?
No. What the book? I bought the book. It's just the Quran with highlights.
Do you think he wrote it himself?
It's not.
Honest, hand on your heart. Do you think he wrote the book?
No.
Knowing his language.
It's the book that I bought is the Quran. It's just the Quran. That's all it is.
No, it's not the Quran.
No,
the book he wrote.
Did you buy it? Have you read it?
I've seen it. I've seen parts of it. Why would I read a book by him?
I'm just asking you. You're talking about a book.
Hand on your heart. Hand on your heart. Is he selling the Quran? He's not selling the Quran.
I
No.
bought it.
Is it just Quran? Just Quran? Plain Quran?
Most of it, 99%. That's all I
Is there narrative in there?
No.
Is there a narrative in there?
I didn't find any narrative. It was only the Quran.
So he's selling the Quran?
Yes.
He's not selling the Quran. It's a book with verses of the Quran, and he's explaining. He's giving a commentary. You haven't seen the book then?
I have.
No, you haven't seen the book. I have seen. There's a commentary. He refers to commentaries. Do you think he's written the book?
Most of it, yeah. I didn't read.
I think we're not getting anywhere.
I flipped through it.
Okay.
But most of it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's say this.
The point is, Nathan.
Most of it's the
The
Quran.
point is, Nathan. We've had a very fruitful discussion. I hope. I really want you to contemplate over this. It is not hidden anymore. You, as a Zionist, cannot be seen backing someone like that. If you really want people to think sympathetically about your cause, okay, not that your cause is, very noble. Unfortunately, it's not very noble. Okay, But if you really want people to think good of you, Zionists like you cannot be seen siding with people like Tommy Robinson, and you're openly siding with people like that. It doesn't. And you being a Jewish man, having known the Jewish history, and I've given plenty of examples as to why you cannot.
I do agree. Like I said,
Yeah.
and I'll say it again. Right, I think there is a problem with using the word Muslim.
Yes.
And I think the reason is, like I said many times.
Yeah, because the elephant in the room is being.
No,
Yeah.
that's not the elephant in the room. Okay, he's dealing with issues that he's experienced. So forget about that.
So
And
it's
nothing
it's
to do
not
with science.
pedophilia has a problem with. It's not child abuse. It's Muslims doing it.
If somebody
It's just
steals-
Muslims.
if somebody steals from you, right,
Yeah.
and you complain about it.
Let's agree.
I can't say, hey, you're not worried about him stealing from him. You're only worried
So
about
Nathan,
him stealing from you.
so
It doesn't make
Nathan,
sense.
let's have an agreement. So it's Muslims doing it the problem, not the act. The problem with him, he has a problem that only Muslims are. When Muslims do it is a problem, not when English, white or British white men do it. It's not a problem. To him. Yeah. So you're agreeing with me?
Look, he is dealing with the issue that's in his community.
The issue, and what's the issue? What's the issue?
In his
Muslim grooming
community,
gangs.
They're Muslim grooming
So when
gangs,
Muslims do it, it's a
In his
problem.
community- No, because in his community, he's not dealing with the Catholic Church.
Okay.
That's why he's not complaining about the Catholic Church.
Okay.
If he had a problem with the Catholic Church, maybe he'd be complaining about the Catholic Church. If somebody comes
okay.
and attacks you, you're going to complain about.
I
that
would
issue
accept your
because
reasoning.
That's your own experience.
Nathan,
Of course
I
you're
would,
gonna complain about
Nathan,
that.
I would accept that reasoning if he was not talking about radicalization, if he was not talking about other Muslim issues, mosques going up, if he was not talking about, if he did not write a book on Islam, if he did not write a book on Islam. So if the problem was only grooming gangs and child abuse, all Muslims in Britain are with him. Okay, let me quickly state again. All Muslims in Britain are with him if he's talking about punishing child groomers, albeit Muslim. But he's not doing that. He wrote a book on Islam. Wait, no. He wrote a book on Islam. He wrote a book on radicalization. So the problem is Islam and Muslims, not grooming gangs. This is what you're failing to understand.
Look, he has many times spoken to Muslim clerics, and is that what they're called? I don't know.
Which cleric did he speak to?
He's spoken to
Which one?
names. I can't remember names.
He spoke to one a liar like himself.
Look, I don't know who these people are.
That Tawhidi from Australia. He's an Islamophobe.
No,
Yeah, an
before
Islamophobe speaking to an Islamophobe.
No, before that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about before that.
Which Imam did he speak to? I don't know.
I don't know these people's names.
Yeah.
They're people that don't agree with
The
him.
other Imam he spoke to was Majid Nawaz, another
I'm not talking
Islamophobe.
about people that agree with him. I'm
Okay.
talking about people that don't agree with him. He's trying to have a dialogue. My point is.
No.
My point is.
Your defense is going too far. I hope.
My point is, he's not somebody that's.
I wonder if you would defend someone like Henry Ford like that.
No, I just told you why. Because it's conspiracy theories and things that are not true.
Well, these are also
Tommy Robinson is dealing with things that are. His
No, he's also a conspiracy theorist. Let me explain. He's also a conspiracy theorist when he goes to a neighborhood and says, in these houses you have potential terrorists. That's a conspiracy theory. Yes or no? Yes or no?
That I don't know.
Have you watched that video? Okay, go and watch it. Do you believe me? The video is there. When he went to Manchester and he said, in these houses you have potential terrorists.
Are there certain areas where there's more extremism? Was it in that
What are you
area?
talking about, man? Are you okay? What are you talking about? You don't take areas and say there's more extremism in an area. Come on.
Are there areas that are more? I don't know. I'm asking you.
Extremists don't just get together in areas and start buying houses and start renting houses. This is how Nazis were talking about the Jewish people. They are in the ghettos. You know the ghettos, right? Yes. So you know all of this, all of these arguments,
It's nothing to do.
people, supporters of Tommy Robinson Jews go back on the Jewish.
Nothing to do with Jews living in ghettos. Look, I don't know. That's why I said I don't know anything about
Nathan,
that.
it was very nice talking to you, man. I don't know if we will fully agree,
I can't-
but nice
I can't
talking to
comment
you.
on something I don't know. But
Nice
lots of
talking to you.
things-
I hope you will think about it and reconsider your position on this man. Okay, he's only doing it for money.
I said,
Okay,
look,
he's only doing it for
Yeah,
money.
here's
And
the thing.
I really hope all the people out there, English and non-English, Muslim and non-Muslim people, will watch this video and contemplate. The issue
you didn't
with
answer
him
what he should do.
is
Somebody-
he's being funded to hate on Islam and Muslims. His problem is not grooming gangs. We, the Muslims of Britain, are with every single English or non-English person on this. That all the groomers, whether they are white, Pakistani, Bengali, Jewish, Christian, Bengali, whatever they are, okay, all the groomers who are abusing children, they must be punished severely. We stand together on that. The problem is not that with these people, these hate mongers, these Islamophobes. The problem is they are peddling hate against Muslims, just like the Nazis were peddling against the Jewish people, and they committed a genocide, okay? And I am very happy that we are in Britain. The British people are a lovely people, are a generous people. They have generally rejected this rhetoric. Otherwise, we the Muslims who are a minority, we would be in big problems. We are very thankful to the people of Britain for rejecting such narrative and such hateful language. Thank you so much for listening. Nathan, again, thank you very much. Again, I'm losing my voice.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future, inshallah. So consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.